The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of fad. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throbbing my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too evil and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Earthly Podcast is once again the Week 10 edition of EJ versus Degenerate, and of course, joined by America's Very Degenerate and Valiant Soul as well, Mr. Zachary. Well, Zach, what's up, buddy?
Losing more today than I do against you all year. So,
well, here's the good news for you. You finally won this week. Although we weren't impressed with all this week on our picks. We were horrible. I only got 3 games right this week.
wait. So, can I trade this week's win against you for a do-over on Monday?
I won't go over what we discussed off the air, but yes, I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
That's why I do that.
Just rewind 24 hours. That's all I need. 24 fucking hours.
Yeah, you had literally only 4 wins. You only hit 4 games. I hit 3.
Yeah, I knew 3 of the games that I hit compared to you, but I couldn't remember. I figured you still smoked me because I couldn't even remember the games I picked against you, but I can remember specific games.
Uh-huh.
And damn, I can't believe it was 4-3.
Yeah, 4-3. But you got it, man. First win of the year. So hope maybe start a streak. Who knows what happens here? Before we get to because we actually have a loaded show today a little bit. We'll get to our rankings in a second. We'll get to the picks, our best bets, and of course we're going to preview FSU and Clemson. But tonight we're recording this for the Wednesday show, but Tuesday night we're actually recording this at 8:45 at nighttime. It is election night. You and I are both political, honks. So we're watching all the returns come in now. They call Virginia for Spamberger. So the Democrats should sweep tonight all the races here. I mean, what I'm really keyed in here more so is the margins, because if these elections can have a kind of a peak a peak or a preview what's to come next year in the midterms. So so far we have the Virginia governor's race has been called already for Spamberger. The New York polls will close in about 15 minutes as of recording for the mayor's race, of course. And, of course, the New Jersey race, which I'm very much interested in because I have a lot of friends in Jersey. The Democrat Cheryl's up right now by 20 points right now with 30% of the votes already in. So any thoughts right now on this, on not necessarily the races where it's at large with the election tonight?
Well, I'm really shocked that the Attorney General candidate for Virginia won.
No, he's still leading, but he's not. That's a tighter race though. But yes.
Okay, good. Because that one was out there. I knew the Democratic candidate for governor would win for the simple fact the largest part of the population for Virginia surrounds the D.C. area, and when you have had all of the people who have lost their jobs because of Doge this year and the furloughed workers, the Republican candidate could have been Jesus Christ himself, and he would not have won. All right. Yeah. There is no way you have that many people lose their jobs or get laid off or get furloughed that you would have a Republican candidate win. So,
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm very much intrigued by the New York City mayor's race between Mamdani and Cuomo and Sliwa.
Yeah, I really hope Mamdani wins at least 50% of the votes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no doubt there's no doubt he'll win the election. I think it's more so your margins. Like, can he cross the 50% threshold? Because you have a lot of pushback now from when you got Donald Trump endorsing Andrew Cuomo, who's really a Democrat, but he's running as an independent. it's a lot of weird things there because and then using all the rhetoric of he's like an anti-Semite, which is I don't believe he is, but a lot of coded language in this race now. So it's become very ugly a little bit for the record. So
Well,
we'll see.
it got ugly on one side, Cuomo. Like
Yeah, certainly.
Mamdani could have literally hit him about sacrificing the elderly population during COVID,
Yep.
and yet he took the high road for the most part.
Yeah.
He has literally just been about trying to improve New Yorkers' lives instead of being hitting people low where they should, like Andrew Cuomo. The fact anyone will vote for Andrew Cuomo after what happened during COVID
Mm-hmm.
is a joke.
I agree, 100%. In fact, I was telling my friends I was so fast vote for Connor Slewa for Cuomo.
Oh, absolutely.
Just on principle. Just on principle. See, that's the thing with, I'm a left-leaning guy. Like, I'm a left-leaning guy. Here's the deal. I'm also principled. I don't give a fuck if he has the same policy I do. If he's a corrupt human being, I'm not supporting him. End discussion.
Yeah. Him and his brother are both corrupt.
You think Chris Steele also is corrupt?
Oh, my God. He might actually be more corrupt and fake than his brother Andrew. But
Interesting take there. All right. So, like I said, by the time this podcast comes out, we already know the results of the race. But anyway, let's get to our power rankings here. As we started doing last week on the show, we do power 10, bottom 5. So we're on week 10 power rankings. Go ahead and run down your 5 teams, the bottom 5 teams in the league right now for you.
So, absolute worst, it's got to be the Jets, hands down now. They traded away any talent that they had on defense. So, I think they should be the lock for the 1 pick.
Okay.
At 31, I've got the Saints. They were already trash and trying to be number 1, and they got rid of probably their best, at least their best deep threat, and maybe their best wide receiver overall.
Right.
Tennessee comes in at 30 for me. Again, another team who's been trading away parts and is just complete hot garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Cleveland. They're about to test out their other rookie quarterback to figure out, hey, do we really draft a quarterback in the first round or do we take best player? And finally, at 28, I got Miami.
Yeah. So we have relatively the same teams in here, -1. 32 have the Saints still. Well, not still. I have the Saints now, 32.
Wow.
31, I have the Titans. 30, I have the Dolphins. 29, I have the Raiders, actually. The Raiders are my bottom 5 still. And 28, the Jets. It's possible. The Jets take is interesting for you on your end. I think they won a trade deadline today.
They got nothing back
They got
to help right now. We're not worried. We're doing bottom 5 for current.
No. I'm not disagreeing with your bottom 5. I'm saying though, in terms of the trade deadline, I think they
trade deadline, massive haul. 2027, they're gonna have at least 3 picks.
Yeah, they have 5 total first round picks next 2 years.
Yeah, if they're smart, they will trade back whatever they get, whatever position they get this year. If it's not the number 1 pick in the draft with the quarterback they love, you trade back and you pick up a 4th first rounder for next year for the 2027 season.
I'm surprised none of these teams didn't made some major moves. And the Raiders could have dumped off some guys. The Saints had guys to dump off too. Also, the Dolphins had guys to dump off. I know the Dolphins did get rid of Jalen Phillips to Philadelphia yesterday, but they could have gotten rid of also Jalen Waddle as well too. So I'm surprised they didn't make moves there. But look, if you're a bad team, you're bad in the immediate, and you have to pay these guys going forward, but you want to reset. The Jets did the right thing. They got rid of the really good talent, got a nice haul back for them, and now they can reset going forward.
Yeah, I would say the 2 biggest disappointments on this trade deadline were literally Vegas and Cincinnati. All right, Trey Hendrickson, he's on a 1-year deal. What are you going to franchise him? You don't have money. You've wrapped all your money up on offense, and you have to shore up that offensive line to protect your quarterback who's gotten annihilated and knocked out for 2 out of the last 3 years.
Right.
So why would you not trade him for first-round pick?
Yeah, totally agree with you, man. Totally agree with you.
And Max Crosby, same thing.
Yeah, there's no doubt that we got a haul for Crosby. At least 2 first rounders for him. No doubt about that. So, all right, number 10. Who you got?
At number 10, I believe they're making my list for the first time. Denver.
I'm still not buying just yet. They might be the worst 7-2 team ever. I'm swear to God, because they could be easily 9-0, number one, but at the same time, they could be easily also like the other way, like fucking 2-7 or
Yeah.
4-5. Right? Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been sexy, but you have to get the doubles to do. They won the games. They found a way to win, and that's all it takes. And the way to winning games is the way you're going to need to win in the postseason anyway, too. Also, now granted, the lower competition will be much better than what they faced so far, but it's a nice practice round of how to get things done. I'm gonna tell you right now, Denver's not my top 10 still. People gonna be surprised by that. I just there's still a little bit of fake hustle in this team. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
Number 10, this team I penalize heavily. The Packers. You lose to Cleveland, you lose to fucking Carolina. What are we doing? Like, are we a Super Bowl team or not Super Bowl team? What are we doing here?
No, I penalize them a ton for this loss.
Yeah.
That just happened.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because I lost money on them, but
that too. I mean, them and Detroit both fucked me this weekend, but it is what it is. Number 9, who you got?
number 9, I got Green Bay. Like, yes, you have beaten a couple of good teams, but again, you have lost to two of the worst teams in all of football, and you tied another one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
number 9 for me had the Patriots. And again, I'm very impressed with what they're doing this year. I did the midterms grades with Kyle earlier on yesterday's podcast. Grade them A+, because I didn't see this coming. But again, would I still concern? What do I think? Do I think they're still Super Bowl contender? Not yet. I got to see bigger. I got to see more. Let's see how they end this year first before I go there. You don't get to cut the line of confidence immediately just because you have a 7-2 record, because you can very easily be 7-5 in 3 weeks anyway too. You know what I mean? So let's earn your way to the top first. But for now, a few weeks in, 9 weeks in rather, they've been impressive. So pass number 9. Number 8.
no, I agreed with you on the New England thing, but when you look at their schedule, they're beating nothing but trash, and so that's why I had to drop them out of my top 10.
Oh, you're worse than me. There you go.
Yeah. At number 8, I have Green Bay. Or at number 8, I have Detroit. Excuse me.
Oh, that's
yeah. Yes. But I still trust them a little more. At least a couple of their losses are against good teams. Yes, Minnesota had a rookie quarterback, but they have a great defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't fault them for that. Green Bay, when they lost to Green Bay week 1, Green Bay had all the hype in the world.
Yep. Number 8 for me is the Buccaneers. And it probably should be a little higher, but the injuries also is a thing. I don't know how healthy they're going to be this week. I do think they're a Super Bowl contender, though. I do believe Baker Mayfield. I do think that team, once they're healthy, will be a problem going forward in the NFC playoffs. But we'll see. We'll see if they get healthy and if those things happen first. They're not going to have Mike Evans probably for the year and, things of that nature. I mean, Mbuko's hurt. I mean, I know he was hurt last week or whatever. We'll see if he's healthy back to the bye week. We'll see. All right, number 7, you got?
At number 7, I have to knock them down just for the fact they knocked my quarterback out for the season. It's going to be Seattle at number 7.
Ooh.
All right, you gotta
wait. You knocked them because they knocked your quarterback out. That's it. That's the reason.
No, because every team ahead of them, I could justify being ahead of them. So I just had to put them 7. They are a great team, but again, everything above them, I will argue, deserves to be ahead of them.
Would you put them as a Super Bowl contender at this point now? You still have to wait and see.
Oh no, they're definitely a Super Bowl contender.
Okay, interesting. All right, number 7 is the Lions. I penalized these guys too, also because, again, Detroit. You have 3 losses now. You got a bad loss against Minnesota. That was a bad loss, really bad loss. And then you had a bad loss against Green Bay week 1, which we forgave after a while. But now you've seen some things here like concerning. Now, are they still a contender? Absolutely. But you're seeing some concerning things there that you still have to wait and see if they play out. But For now, number 7. That Minnesota lost the battle. You lose to Jason McCarthy on his first game back over a month. Okay, at home. Really? What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing? So not good. All right, number 6 we got.
At number 6, I have Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Literally, they know how to win the game. They always manage to pull it out at the end, and the name of the game is winning. So doesn't matter who Baker Mayfield has to throw to, doesn't matter who he has protecting him. He finds a way to win, and that's why he's a top 3 MVP candidate.
Number 6 for me is the Buffalo Bills. Big win against Kansas City, but as I said, everybody on social media on Sunday, that win didn't mean anything. Big picture, we've seen this before in the last 5 years. They own the Kansas City in the regular season, doing the playoffs. We all picked them to win the game. I think you picked them also to win the game against KC on Sunday.
No, I picked Kansas City. I picked Kansas City.
Oh, you picked KC? Oh shit. Okay, I picked Buffalo.
Yeah, that was the one game I knew you had against me.
Yeah,
that you won.
But no one's surprised at the result. But do it in January. It's all. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So, Buffalo, you're a good team. You're a Super Bowl contender, but you still got to prove it to me in January. That's all that matters to me. All right, number 5, you got.
The biggest fall of the entire week for me, the Indianapolis Colts.
Same, number 5. Same for me.
Yeah. Man, everyone deserves to have a letdown game, but really 5 freaking turnovers by Indiana Jones? Dude, you're looking like Danny Dimes again. We can't have that.
Yeah, and then their schedule without going forward. You got the Falcons coming up next week, Chiefs a week after that. They should be okay for the most part. I mean, the tough games here going forward really is the end of the year. Really is the Chiefs. The Jaguars game is always going to be tough because they always get issues. Seahawks, Niners, and then the Jaguars again.
So, yeah, that's a tough 5 weeks right there. Those are 4 playoff teams that they'll be playing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, let's see. You want to hope. Cause I picked Pitt to win this game. You want to hope though that the Indians are falling and making this a trend. It'll say a lot to me if they bounce back and win this game against Atlanta. Atlanta's a little dangerous at times. They're not a good team, but they are definitely frisky. They can. Yeah. They won't beat New England this week. They beat Buffalo 3 weeks ago. So
of course, all you got to do is cover Drake London, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, and that game is also a neutral site game too. On top of that, so therefore there is something to be said about Atlanta maybe having a chance there. So, but we'll see how Indiana these next 2-3 weeks are going to tell a lot for me how Indianapolis are as a contender. All right, number 4, what you got?
At number 4, I have the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think I've ever seen an aging quarterback play so well.
Yeah.
But my God, are the Rams clicking on all cylinders right now?
Yes, they are. They are. They to me might be the clear second best team in the NFC.
They are on my paper.
Yeah, and there's an argument they could be the best team in the NFC, but I'm always going to give it to the champs first before they prove me wrong. 4 for me is the Chiefs. Again, I'm not surprised they lost the game. They were number 1 for me last week. And I knocked them a little bit. If the playoffs are they're not in, but I am confident. Look, people say, the schedule's getting tough. They play Denver next week and they play Indy week after. Knowing KC in their history, they'll go 2-0 those games just because of who they are. It wouldn't shock you, wouldn't it?
No, what shocks me is you predicted they would lose, and yet you still had them at number 1 last week. And then you knocked them all the way down to 4th this week.
Is that bad? Is that
Yes, that makes 0 sense when you had the team that beat them still behind them at like 6.
The team that beat them was like number 10 last week, I think it was, though. So that's probably why.
Yeah, they can make a huge jump. I mean, I don't know if you know that, but
we'll see. We'll see. I'm playing the long game here with these 2 teams. So, all right, number 3, who you got?
At number 3, I have Kansas City.
So you haven't heard I do. Look at that.
Yeah, I do, because they are the number 2 team in the AFC to me that I can trust right now.
Oh God, Zachary, you're crazy.
No, I'm not crazy. Because guess what? I have the team ahead of them that beat them.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 3 for me is Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold is MVP
Wow.
candidate. I see enough, bro. This is 2 years in a row he's done this shit. Goes to Minnesota, does this in the regular season. Now, obviously, something to be said with Darnold in the playoffs, in games that matter, but you still got to get there. You still got to get to you still have to get to the playoffs first to make have an opportunity to fail. And at least for that time being, Sam Darnold is definitely Kirk Cousins for the time being, which is better than he was before Minnesota. So, hey, he's dealing, bro. He's dealing.
You got me all confused on this trust and ranking shit.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Yeah, man. You need to lay off the shrooms, bro.
It's just sativa.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Number 2. What do you got? Number 2.
At number 2, I had the team I would say is the best team when it comes to the playoffs, Buffalo Bills for the
Okay.
AFC. All right, they beat the runner up in this past Super Bowl, and the team who's been in the AFC Championship for what, the last 5, 6, 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So look, they can keep doing it. They've gotten screwed on poor defensive plays at the end against the Chiefs a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking regular season, and it's regular season rankings right now.
Mm-hmm.
They are the second best team in the NFL.
Okay, all right. Number 2 for me is the Rams. That said, probably second best team in the NFC right now, in my opinion. Stafford's dealing. You got Puka Nacua back. He dominates. You have Devontae Adams. The defense is still really good. And I feel like they're getting better as the season progresses. And that's what's dangerous for them. I think that they might be the only team I think in the NFC capable of beating the Eagles.
So real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
If the Rams in Seattle were to play the Bills and the Chiefs, are you taking Seattle and the Rams to beat both those teams?
You mean combine the rosters?
No, like if it's heads up, Rams playing the Bills, Rams playing the Chiefs, Seattle playing the Chiefs, Seattle playing the Bills. Who would you take? Would you take those 2 NFC teams over those 2 AFC teams?
Right now, probably yes.
Wow.
Right now, probably yes. Now that could change a couple weeks to come, but right now, I'll take the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams right now. All right, number 1 for you. This will be easy. You had the same number 1, right? I'm
Yeah, defending champion.
There you go.
The team that goes out for everybody.
They went from 4 to 1 on my list, and didn't even play this week.
I want to know how you had $40 million under the cap or something. Something insane with all those players.
I'm going to say something right now. Howie Roseman is the best executive in football, and there's not a close second. End discussion.
Yeah.
So there's
and he's cheating the salary cap somehow. That math does not add up.
Right. All right, let's get to our best bets. Okay, we have 4 buys this week. We have the Browns, the Jets, the Eagles, and the Buccaneers. Wait, no, that's wrong. I apologize. No, that's the wrong one. Wrong page, buddy. Sorry. One more time. The Bengals, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Titans. Of these 4 teams, who needs this by the most?
Well, the Chiefs are the only ones playing for anything at this point, so shit, they gotta need it the most just to get a little healthier.
I agree.
Everyone else, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, Dallas. I think Dallas is cooked. After what I saw last night, they're cooked.
Yeah.
Everyone when they'll get, they'll trade another loss. So that puts you what 8-9-1. Come on, my bet is fried. My wager is fried on that one. All right, let's go to the first game here. Thursday Night Football. We have Raiders at Broncos. The Broncos 9.5-point favorites. The over under, Zach, is 42.5.
Ooh, give me the under. Look, Broncos are going to shut down the Raiders, but will the Raiders score, or will the Broncos score enough points to get past that over? I don't know. So give me the under.
Call me crazy. I'm gonna rely on divisional optics here. Give me the Raiders on the points. Broncos win the game, no doubt about that. But 9 points, a lot of points in the NFL.
Who are they throwing to this week besides Brock Bowers?
It's not all you need, bro. I mean, these Bronco Raiders games are always weird. Okay, divisional games. You throw away the records, bro. These teams hate each other. I think the AFC West combination of the 4 teams. I think the AFC West teams hate each other more than any other division in football.
It's a toss-up between the NFC East, I would say.
Maybe the Chiefs Raiders thing's brutal. Broncos Raiders brutal. Chiefs,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
Yeah, it's all,
natural. It's natural to hate Dallas, and it's natural to hate New York. It's just like something that's built into the
and then
genes.
the Eagles.
Like
Eagles hate you also.
you come out of the womb and you hate New York and you hate Texas.
And he hate
Like,
Philly fans.
well, yeah, they're just assholes. So
And
who
then
even cares about them?
Washington's the only team you really can't hate. I don't like the Skins because the Commanders because they're my rivals, but I never hated them though.
Yeah,
Never.
you can't hate us because we either are great for a year or we just suck for 10.
That's very true. But I'm going Vegas here in the points here. All right, let's go to the Sunday Mimosa game. You got Falcons at Colts. The Colts are 6-point favorites. The over-under is 48.5, Zach.
Oh, give me the Colts. This has got to be a get right. I got to believe the Colts will show up. They will dominate this game.
Yeah, I bet Colts are too. Also, the line's low enough. I know Atlanta can be frisky at times, but that was them last week. They had a chance to be first game win last week. They lost that chance. Atlanta's not. I just can't trust them. Indy needs a bounce back here, and I think Indy's a serious team. I think they're a serious team, and I think they'll mean business this week. So give me Indy on the road. In a mutual site game here. All right, here we go. 1:00 games. You got Giants at Bears. The Bears are 3.5-point favorites. The over under is 48.
Wait, what's the spread?
The spread is Bears -3.5, and the over.
Oh, give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. Yeah, you're gonna have an emotional letdown. There's no weapons. I don't care what Jackson Dart does. No.
I do think there's something to be said that the minute they lost Scatterboo, their heart and soul, the fire of that team went with them because ever since that second quarter of that Eagles game, they just have not looked the same. So, but having said that though, because of Dart, because here's the thing, Dart's not the issue. Dart had a good game even against San Francisco. No turnovers. He had a very pretty efficient game. For what it was with no receivers to play with. And yet they got dominated. So I'm gonna bet the under this game actually. Best bet the under. Bears win this game, but give me the under this one. So all right. Bills at Dolphins. The Bills on the road are 9.5-point favorites. The over-under is 49.5. It's a lot of fucking points, bro.
No, it's not.
For the
Dolphins are so cooked. So cooked. Give me the Bills to cover this.
Bro, I don't know why I'm doing this, though. I'm taking Dolphins points. That's a lot of points, bro. That's a lot of points. I'm sorry. A lot of points. The Dolphins always play the Bills well. When they lose and when they lose the games, they always play the Bills very competitive. So, give me Dolphins the points. All right, we got Ravens at Vikings. The Ravens are 4-point favorites. The over-under is 49.
Give me the Ravens in this one. All right. The way it's gone for J.J. McCarthy, play a great game, play a crappy game, play a great game, play a crap game.
That's correct. You get the Ravens. This might be the toughest game of the Ravens stretch here. I told you about. Remember talking about the 6-game stretch that they should go nowhere 5-1? This is the hardest game to stretch. And I think they'll dominate here. Lamar's back. You saw Lamar cook against Miami last week. He's back. The defense is playing better too on top of that. Give me the Ravens a win and a win and a runaway. So, all right, we got Browns at Jets. Who will watch this shit? Browns are 2.5-point favorites. The over-under is 38.
Oh, my God.
Ugh. Is Shador starting this week?
I certainly hope so.
The way you sound early in the podcast is it sound like though that you got some got some inside information here.
Well, I don't believe Gabriel. Even if Gabriel were to start, he doesn't make it past halftime if they're not winning.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take because it's two shit teams and their two best defenders just got traded from the Jets. Give me the over 38.
Really? I'm going the other way. I'm going the under. I'm going the under. None of these teams fucking score. This is going to be a 17-13 game all day. This is 17-13 all day. And if Shador plays this game too, also, especially, I doubt he's starting now. If he was starting, you would hear reports today that he was taking first-team reps. That hasn't happened yet. So give me the under. All right, this is one of the best games of the weekend. Patriots at Bucks. The Bucks are 2.5-point favorites. The over/under is 48.
This is what a week. I just took New England off of my top 10. I actually bumped up Tampa Bay from where they were the week before.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to take New England in the matchup.
I see why, because of the Bucks injuries, but they're off a bye. They're at home. That half point's interesting too, because Tampa normally the home team gets that 3 points, but then it's going half point the other way. So Vegas knows what they're doing there. But I do think the Pats will do a letdown though. I mean, though that could have been last week though too. Also, they won. I'm going Tampa, bro. I'm going Tampa. I think off a bye, Baker. They should be a little bit healthier this week. Obviously, you listen to this podcast. Check the injury report first before you bet this game. But right now on Tuesday night, I record this. I'm betting the Bucks. Best bet the Bucks. All right, we have another shit game. Saints at Panthers. The Panthers are 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 40. Zach. The Panthers are 5-4 by the way, buddy.
God, and they're probably going to be 6-4, or at least I technically hope they will, because I want to take the Panthers in this game to cover.
Didn't Chris? No, Chris was on the show with us. It was this year. No, Chris was on the show with us. Didn't Chris say that the Panthers would be good this year?
I think he did.
I got to go back to listen to that podcast again, though.
All I remember is him saying Tennessee was going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that might be Chris's worst take of his entire time on this podcast. And he's had some bad ones. He's had really bad ones. Kyrie Irving takes and Kevin Durant takes and Kawhi takes. That's the worst one. Having said that, give me the over in this game. I'd be over. All right. We got Jaguars at Texans. The Texans are 1-point favorites. The over/under, Zach, is 38.
Shit. The Texans defense, give me the under in this game. Jacksonville failing to score points. If they get in the red zone, good Lord, Trevor Lawrence doesn't know how to get in the end zone. It's the most mind-boggling thing to watch a team that struggles so mightily inside the red zone.
So CJ Stroud had a concussion, right?
Yeah.
So he's probably 50-50 playing on this game. I'm checking now to see his status for the game. He's being evaluated in. He had Davis Mills as the backup. There's been he's still in protocol as of yesterday. No reports on him returning yet. So for the time being, I'm gonna assume he's not playing this week. Give me Jaguars win this game. Jaguars 5-3. That's your team, by the way. I got the chance in this one. 5-3.
I mean,
it's not sexy.
That's why I took the under. I can't pick them because Houston's defense is for real.
Yes, I agree. I think Jaguars are just a better team at this point now. All right, we got Cardinals at Seahawks. The Seahawks are 6.5-point favorites. The over/under, Zach, is 45.5.
Oh, give me the Seahawks. It's easy. I don't care. Brissett's still
He's a
playing, and Murray's sitting.
He'll be the starter. They announced the starter next week. Even Kyler's healthy. Brissett's starting. What does that mean for the future for the Cardinals, though?
Yeah, at this point, what is the buyout money? What is the dead cap money? Would any team trade for Kyle Murray?
He's still a good quarterback. He's had a rough year though. Let's be real. He hasn't been good this year.
We got to be careful with that word "good." All right, he's an okay quarterback.
No, he hasn't been good.
Okay.
No, he hasn't been good this year though.
I know, but you just said he's a good quarterback. But he's not a good quarterback. He's an okay. He's a starter in this league being paid max money.
I still think it's a top 16. Money aside, I think it's a top 16 quarterback in the league.
I don't. I think he might be 20th. Might be 20th.
Ooh. In any case, I got Seattle this game. Seattle's cooking, and I don't see why they stop now at home. Give me Seattle. All right. Another big game here. We got the Rams at Niners. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under, Zach, is 49.5.
Oh, give me the Rams. All right. You're giving me basically a fully healthy Rams team going against the MASH unit of the 49ers. No. All right, they're not going to compete this week.
The problem is that when they played early in the year, it was the same scenario: banged up Niners team, healthy Rams team, and still the Rams lost that game at home.
Yeah,
This is
not
this is,
happening.
this is actually one of the weirdest. This is actually one of the better rivalries in the league right now. Rams and Niners. Very weird rivalry. Very no matter what the records are, they're always tight games. I'm gonna go over in this one. Actually, I'm gonna go over. Mac Jones is playing very good football right now, but for the record, I think Rams do win the game, but I'm not as confident about that being the best bet. So I'm gonna go over on that one. All right, we got Lions at Commanders. Ooh, that's the house bowl here, you guys, you and the wife. Lions 8.5-point favorites. The over under is 49.5. Zach. Uh-oh.
First off, this week, I'll wear a Lions jersey. All right. I give up. Okay. There comes a limit and when you play, guys. You have a quarterback coming off a leg injury for the second time. And what does he do all game long coming off leg injury? Run, run, run. At a certain point, you have to throw the ball if you're going to convince me you had a real leg injury.
Yeah.
But Mariota has looked good, but no, it's Detroit. They just lost to the Vikings. They're going to come out with some vengeance. They're going to embarrass my team.
Yeah, that line is too low. I know it's the same thing last week with the Vikings. I said go ahead and smash the Lions, and they ruined it. This week, smash the Lions. Daniels out. Now, they haven't said he's out for the year. They say he could be out only a couple weeks, they said.
What is the point of bringing him back?
I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that one. I think after this week, the 7th seed right now in the NFC is going to come down to the Niners and the Bears. I think the Cowboys are out. I think the Commanders are out now.
Everybody's out.
And Carolina's in it now.
And look, bringing him back now is like leaving him in the game with 7 minutes to go, down 31-7. There's no point. There's just no point.
So you do blame Mr. One Dan Quinn for that?
I don't know who made that decision to put him back in, but yeah. At a certain point, your IQ needs to be checked when you're playing guys like this.
Right. All right. Sunday night football game. We have Steelers at Chargers. The Chargers are 3-point favorites. The over-under is 45, Zach.
Man. Mm-hmm. Steelers are so banged up. Or not the Steelers. Chargers are so banged up. They got no offensive line. But I still am going to take the Chargers.
I'm going to go over this one, actually, for the same reason. I don't know if I could trust either team to win this game. Because it's the Steelers, what they did against the Colts felt like an anomaly. The defense actually showed up for 1 week. The offense was actually okay. But the Chargers, I don't know. The Chargers are banged up and they're still winning games.
I saw a stat about the Steelers this past weekend. Aaron Rodgers threw a total of 3 passes more than 10 yards.
Correct. Yeah, most of those are under 10 yards. That's check down city like Brady.
That's all he does.
Yeah. I'm going to go over in this one. The over is my best bet here. All right, and finally, the game of the week, Monday Night Football. Certainly been an even bigger game they won this week, but Eagles at Packers. The Packers are 2.5-point favorites. The over-under is 45. They got this one wrong, for the record. I'll explain in a second. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you. They got it wrong. I'll take the Eagles. All right. All the moves the Eagles made this past week, their offense is gelling. I want to believe they're going to feed Saquon and A.J. Brown if A.J. Brown plays. So, yeah, give me Philly.
I'm sorry. After what we've watched this team all season long, and I know the record's still pretty good overall, but it's just the performances here. There's no way in hell the Packers should be a 2.5-point favorites against the Eagles, even at home. I'm sorry. I'll give you a pick 'em at best. If anything, the Eagles should be a 1-point favorite, at least.
I agree.
And off a bye week too on top of that. So, but the best bet is the over. I sense this being a very, I won't say high scoring game, but 45 is low enough to bet. So the best bet's the over for me. All right. One last thing to get you out of here. It is at the FSU minute time. So we won this week against Wake Forest in dominant fashion. I barely watched the game though because I was watching the World Series.
Yeah, so I should eat my words. I mean,
A little bit.
I was convinced you should take Wake Forest just because FSU hasn't proven anything for the last month and a half.
And you weren't wrong. You were not wrong about that.
But man, I'm still convinced we will not get rid of Mike Norvell.
The
buyout's just too high.
The buyout's way higher than Brian Kelly's buyout.
Yes.
So I don't see Florida State coughing that money up this yet. I think give them another year, and then they'll do it probably next year if they fail again. All right, having said that, though, we're at Clemson. We are Clemson 20-point favorites, the over under 56 points. Clemson's been another failure this year, too. Also, you saw Dabo talking about, like, I might get fired this week. Dabo's always talking about that shit publicly. What a mess there in Clemson, huh?
Here's how much I hate Dabo. I will not complain again about the money I lost in the market if we can beat Clemson and it's the nail in the coffin for Dabo.
I don't think I think it survives this year.
I agree, but if it could be the nail in the coffin that gets him fired, I won't even ever complain again about this past 24 hours.
So what's the record? Right now the record is what? Clemson is, let me check real quick.
3-5.
Shit, 3-5. My God, they're fucking horrible.
Yeah.
As bad as we've been this year, we're better than they are. Wow, what a letdown. And yet I don't think he gets fired. I think he'll get one more year.
Yeah, he'll get one more year, and they'll be like, look, you have to test the portal. You have to bring in guys through the portal.
I think he wants to get fired, to be honest with you. I think once, because here's the thing. He's done so much good in that school that if he gets fired now, with all the good jobs out there, Auburn, Florida, Penn State, and other jobs could be opening up in the near future, I would not doubt that he will still get a lot of money to go somewhere elsewhere. So maybe he's trying to test the AD to fire him now so he can hit the market. I don't know.
It won't be LSU, but I could easily see him in Florida.
LSU. I forgot LSU. I forgot about that one. There you go.
I could see him in a UF jersey or a Penn State.
There's a lot of good jobs out there now that if Dabo hits the market, no matter how bad his team did this year, there'll be a school or two or more that would probably go ask for his services. Trust me. Much if you don't like Dabo Swinney, he is still a pretty big name. So
if we bring him to Florida State, I'm switching teams. I'm switching schools.
We got Norvell. We're fine. We got Norvell. Who wins this weekend? Who wins?
Oh, I'm taking Florida State. I want us to be the nail in the coffin.
I'm thinking about FSU too. So here we go. All right. That was it for me. Zach, good luck with your picks. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, I need to run like the Ravens, like the Ravens that you predict are gonna have. I gotta catch up.
Well, they're two games in, 4 more to go to get 6 in a row. So we'll see. All right, Zach. We'll talk soon, brother.
All right, man. Good luck.
All right, you got it, brother. Later.
Later.